Welcome back. Now, I'm actually doing a contract right at this moment, so this isn't one of my own paddocks of my own farm, and I will show you the reason I picked up the contract in a minute, because I didn't really need the money. In terms of money, I'm actually doing okay on this map at the moment. I'm still in debt, but I'm paying the debt off faster than I'm borrowing money, so therefore I am slowly getting more and more towards the black. But there's a very good reason I picked up this contract, and I will show you as soon as I've picked up a truckload of bales here. Oh, yeah, still got that one. Okay, that's good. Okay, fold that one up. Okay, now if we head out of this paddock over here, so the contract was to mow this field, bale it up, and then go and sell the bale, go and deliver the bales to the store in the map. Now, if I stop here for a second, I'll show you why I picked up this contract. So I often look at what the vehicles are on a contract, and this one had the big M as the mower supplied for the contract, and I thought, yep, so I quite enjoyed driving the big M, but of course none of the maps I ever play on have paddocks big enough to justify buying one of these. So I've never ever owned a big M in any game I've ever played, but I've driven it a number of times. I do really enjoy driving it. It just doesn't belong on any farm that I've ever owned. So, but it also had this as a vehicle on the contract, and I'd never ever driven this ever before. So it's a Vermeer self-propelled baler, and I bought the Vermeer DLC pack because the other baler that's in the pack, I'd never ever driven this. So I took this contract mostly so I could try this out, and having played this, I do not like this baler at all. The pickup is in the middle of the baler, it's not at the front, so it's very, very easy to miss bits, and you end up having to go back to get bits all the time. Now the reason I'm using my own truck, even though I chose to hire the equipment, if I can actually see the equipment in this going up here. No, once I've got the equipment it doesn't show me. Well, I will show you anyway. I'll take a slight detour on the way to the store and I'll demonstrate why I chose, so I hired the equipment. Oh, come on. So yeah, so when doing this contract I hired the equipment because I wanted to drive the big M again, and I wanted to try out that Vermeer self-propelled baler. But the trailer it gave me with this, when I hired the equipment to do this contract, was way too big for this map, and there's no way I'd get it around any of these corners here to get anywhere near that paddock. So, and I knew when I saw the equipment that it was offering me with the contract. Oh heck, stuck again already. There's no way the trailer they were supplying with the contract was going to work, so I knew I'd have to end up using my own truck, my own diesel, to deliver the bales, and I sort of thought about that before accepting the contract. But I've got to admit, I've never ever made a map, and I'm certainly not hassling any map makers here. I mean, I love this map, so the map maker's done a really brilliant job in my book, but I don't understand with the contracts, when you make a map, do you actually decide what vehicles can be randomly offered with the contracts, or is it just anything that's in the shop? I know that when you download a mod, that will sometimes appear as one of the vehicles to use in the contract, so I'm guessing the contracts just randomly choose anything that's either a base game vehicle or a mod that the player has downloaded. But I'm not certain, because to be perfectly honest, on this map there are no fields that would justify owning one of those big M's. So again, I'm not complaining, I enjoy driving the big M, and so I will sometimes take contracts where the big M's the mower supplied, but I would never ever, I'm just going to turn left here and that's right to the store, to show you the trailer that they offered. So this is the trailer, the bale trailer that they expected me with the contract to use to pick up the bales. Now, admittedly, that would hold quite a few more bales than this truck does, so it would be fewer trips to deliver them all if I used that trailer. But yeah, there's just absolutely no way that trailer would get around to that field that I had to mow for the contract. There's absolutely no way, hence I'm using my own truck for the contract. So yeah, that's why I'm wondering, does the game, when you set up a field with contracts, does it just automatically randomly choose kind of thing out of all the base game vehicles and any DLC packs you've got down, mods that you've got downloaded, what comes with contracts? Or does the map maker, when they're making the contract, as it were, have to decide what vehicles you get with each one? Because this isn't the first map where I've seen vehicles that are supplied for contract that are totally and completely unsuitable for that contract. I mean, technically they do the job, it's a bale trailer, so yes, you could use it for doing baling, but it's just not going to work. And I mean, I'll give you another example, okay? So if I go back to the contracts for a second, you'll see quite a few of these contracts in this one for the carrying the bales to the store offer these that you stick on the front and back of your tractor, and they carry 2 bales each, so you could take the bales 4 at a time. Whereas those are quite wide, and again, it just would not work with this map, carrying the bales on those silver things that carry them too wide front and back. It wouldn't be a suitable way to do bales on this map. This truck is actually quite good. Even the other Bedford truck I've got, the J3, is really a bit long for this map, because the paddocks that I own, that I mow for bales, are very, very close to my farm, like just across the road in one case, and across the road and down a bit in the other. It's fine for me to use the J3 Bedford, but it's not. It's really a wee bit long, the rear overhang's a wee bit long for this map, so this truck here is actually kind of ideal for it. And that tree there, which has gone under, some of the branches on that hang very, very low, and I commented on one of AK's, on his last video, that I promised I'd cut down a tree in the next video I did, and I haven't actually got any tree lined up to cut on this one, but I might just cut some branches off that tree, the ones that are overhanging the road. I don't know whether AK would count that as cutting down a tree or not. Maybe he wouldn't, and if he doesn't, then I'll cut down a tree on the next video I do, on whatever map that is, whether it's this map or whether I'm doing one of my other ones. But on this one, I think I'll just cut some branches off that tree instead, and hopefully I don't run out of time to do that before the end of the video, since I promised AK that I would cut down a tree on the next video. But if I do run out of time, then I'll just do it on the video after this instead. So we'll just see how it goes. Now you can see right now this truck is quite a lot shorter than that trailer, that bale trailer, plus, as well as being shorter, I don't have to pull it on the back of a tractor. And you can see how much I'm struggling just with this fairly short truck, getting it around into this paddock and things. So there's absolutely no way at all that bale trailer was going to get into this paddock to help with the mission. But yeah, it's kind of, I suppose another step they could do in this game if they wanted to was do it so that when you take a mission, instead of just choosing between using your own equipment or using theirs, they'd give you a selection of their equipment, and you could say, I'll use this one, and this one, but not that one, type thing. Because obviously when I took this mission, I'm paying for to use their bale trailer as well, even though in reality I'm not using it. But as I said, I didn't choose this mission in order to try and make money. The making money from it is really just a bonus. I chose this mission because I want to try out that self-propelled baler, which, yeah, I'm really not happy with at all. I'm really, really glad I tried it. But I would definitely not be owning that self-propelled Vermeer baler on any maps that I ever have a farm on. In fact, I don't know, it might be enough to put me off even doing another mission, or doing another mission where I hired the equipment at least. If I thought that was the baler that was offered, it really wasn't suitable at all. It was quite an awful thing to drive, in my opinion. But that's the way it goes. Now, just getting out here. Hopefully I don't muck it up this time like I did last time around. Yeah, no, oh, got it. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you something else with this truck. This is the same truck that AK asked me, is that a for sale sign in the window? And yes, indeed it is. You can see it right there. the for sale sign. But also you see this truck has this tow bar here. I really like this. You put it down like that, and it means you can tow the truck on the back of a tractor or something. The only problem is I haven't actually found anything that tow bar can hitch up to. I've tried a few different vehicles, and none of them have the right tow bar to hook onto that. So I'm going to have to experiment a wee bit and work out whether or not that is actually working, or whether it's just for a visual thing. I like the look of it on there. It's an option, you don't have to have it on there. It's like the full sale sign, that was also an option you choose whether or not to have when you purchase the truck. And I included that drawbar on the front, attached to the front bumper, because for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is an old truck, so remember this map here is one of only, is it the only map, or is it one of two maps? I think it's one of two maps I'm playing at the moment, where it's actually I'm treating it as modern day, not as in the 80s. Okay, and yet this truck is from the late 50s, early 60s. So for a modern day farm to have a truck that's even say in 1960, well, that's, what are we looking, 65 years old now. So if you're running around in a truck that's 65 years old, it probably does break down, well, you know, not from time to time. I won't say often, because in fact often I think older equipment is actually probably more reliable than new equipment, certainly with cars. Older cars seem to outlast modern cars. Modern cars seem to be built to deliberately fail after a while, so they're very reliable when they're new, but they don't have to get that old before they start being very unreliable. I've owned a couple of European cars in real life, an Audi and a Volkswagen, and both ended up being exceedingly unreliable, even though they were only like 20 years old. And you buy a Japanese car that's 20 years old and it's still exceedingly reliable. So this is a British truck, so it's probably not reliable even when it was new, let alone when it's 70 odd years old. Or 65 years old, whatever I said it would work out to. 1960, 65 years old it would be now. So I do like that drawbar on the front. To me, just makes it look older and things, and for a farm truck I think that's quite a suitable look, hence why I've done it. Now just looking at the clock there to see how long this video's been going. I'm not sure whether I'm going to have time during this video to trim that tree or not, so I do want to get all the bales done before I trim the tree. So if I don't, then I apologise in advance to AK. I haven't forgotten that I've promised to do a bit of forestry for him, but if it doesn't get done this video, I'll do it next one instead. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, this tree that we're approaching right now, I'm going to have to trim a couple of those branches that are overhanging the road there. They hang a bit too low, and there's a number of bits of farm equipment. None of the ones I own, all the ones I own are quite low, but a number that sometimes they supply for contracts and things, they just can't get under that branch. And the map maker has obviously realised that to some degree, and I'll show you why it's obvious when we are done with this last load of bales. I believe this next load will be the last one. There were 31 bales, and this will be the fourth load, so there should be 7 bales, I believe, on this last load, just to finish off that field, and then I can hit completed for that contract, which also means I'm going to close the gates on the way out this time, so this will be the last time we're in the field. There's a gate there that I opened, and there's 2 around here that I opened, so I have 3 gates to close on the way out. Okay, I think this is the last load, I'm pretty sure, if I counted correctly. Yes it is, yep, there's 7 bales left there. So after I've delivered this load, I'll be able to go and trim that tree. And AK, you can tell me if you don't count trimming branches off a tree as doing forestry work, then I will actually cut down a tree in the next video, so that I'm keeping my word to you. Well, if you're happy that tree trimming counts, then I might just count it as that. There's no trees on this map that I particularly want to get rid of altogether. Okay. So the last bale up here. Now quite often when I do, so if I'm doing a contract I need the money, I generally don't hire the equipment because I just use my own equipment. But if I'm doing a contract because of the equipment that was offered and want to try it out, then obviously I do hire it. But quite often when I've hired the equipment, I don't necessarily drive everything back to the dealer as I finish with it. So as you can see here, I just park the equipment in the, that's all hired equipment there, it's all just parked in the paddock next to the one that I was mowing, so when I hit completed contract and it takes all the equipment back, I can just take it from where it is, saves me having to drive it all back again to the dealer. So close that gate. Yep. And close this gate. I do like to leave all my gates closed, because that's how I found them. Gate here to close, all the way out, and thank this farmer. I don't think the contract's quite finished yet though. It won't take all 5 of these bales to finish the contract, because if I jump in here, we'll just go and have a look. Oh no, I have finished the contract already. There you go. This is completed. I won't collect yet because I'm not sure, I've never actually tried it. Whenever you do a baling contract, there's always a few extra bales, and the thing with bales that you do, anytime you've got a silage bale contract like this, the bales instantly turn silage, even though if I'm baling my own bales for my own paddock, they take about 3 months to turn into silage. And so you can sort of slowly check on the percentages, see how far along they're coming, but yeah, so my own bales take around about 3 months to turn into silage, but these ones here that I've done as part of a contract just instantly turn silage as soon as you wrap them. And I think, I'm not 100% certain, but I think I could actually take these ones home and add them to the ones I've got at my own farm already. If I was running low on silage bales, I could do that. So I could go and do a contract and then get a few bales to keep at the end of it. But what I generally do, and what I'm doing this time, sorry car, that car driver's not going to be happy with me at all. Yeah, so what I generally do when I'm doing a contract is I take the extra bales, I take them down and I sell them, but these ones here I actually get money for, and I must have got money for at least one bale. In fact, I say exactly one bale from that last truckload, looking at what my money's at, because it's at 5,000 something. I know I was at 1,000 and something when I started this contract, so I've just made $4,000, so I must have sold one of the bales from that last truckload. So back in there and dump it all. Very thankful at the top of this shed here. Why are they not selling? Oh, they are now. The top of this shed has no crash physics on it, and I'm very, very pleased for that. Otherwise, this truck couldn't unload bales there. Now I'll go and close this garage door again. There we go. So now I can hit complete contract. So go in here and go collect. So there we go, we've got some more money, and we will go and pay some more off on the... Okay, I can't even read what that red number is, I'll have to get up to read that. Hang on. 80,000. So our overdraft is now down to 80,000, but it looks like it's already been 19.5 minutes on this video, so I probably will need to not trim that tree during this video. I'll need to do it do a tree cutting on the next video instead. So, okay, I apologise I haven't cut a tree on this video like I said I'd do for you, but I will do it on the next video. I'll either trim that one, or if the next video is on a different map, I'll go cut a different tree or something down, just to make you happy. Actually, maybe we could go a couple of minutes over on the video and just go and trim a tree there. So it's this tree up here. Oh, anyway, I was going to show you how I knew that the map maker was aware of the problem with this tree. So even though most of the hedges on this game have crash physics on them, this one here and this one here do not. So whereas all the other hedges on this game seem to have crash physics on them, those two, just either side of this tree, do not. So I think the map maker's deliberately done that so that if you've got a piece of high equipment that won't fit under this tree, you can just choose to go off the road right there, and so we'll just hop out here. Just in case I screw this up, just let me hit save. I don't have autosave turned on in my games, and the reason I don't is sometimes I make mistakes that are too bad to want to keep. Oh, come on. Okay. I don't seem to be able to. Oh, here we go. Okay. Now, have I got? Okay. I don't think I even own a chainsaw yet, so let's go and buy one of those next. It's under here. There we go. And we'll take the husky. Okay. Now, here we go. Oh, you're not allowed to cut this tree. Oh, well, there you go, that's going to be a bother. I can't cut that tree after all. Well, good thing I saved before I bought the chainsaw then. Okay, I promise I will cut a tree on my next video, but we'll call this video it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and bye.